In this video we're going to discuss client-side chart events. So in particular we're going to show how when I move my mouse over a pie slice here, we can get a pop-up message that shows us information about the particular pie slice that my mouse is over, and you can see that as I move my mouse around, the pop-up message follows my my cursor and is displaying the information. But we're also displaying information in a static message underneath the pie over there. So we're showing the message in two different places, one in a floating message and the other in a static message at the bottom. So let's go and take a look at how this was done. So we go back to the chart control, to the dialog component, and we can see here we have our chart control over there. And then underneath that we have some two static text controls. So let's take a look at the first static text control, and what we can see here is that we have a div with an ID of floating message, and the div style has been set to display none, so it's initially hidden. And then we have a position absolute, background, a certain background color, and then we have a border around the text element, and then we also have some padding, and we've set the font over there. And then we have another static text object over here with an ID of static message. So the first one has an ID of floating message, this next one has an ID of static message, and they're both initially hidden when the dialog is rendered. So then we go back to our chart control, and we can see that we've turned on has events, and now we've got the various events that we've defined. We've defined an event for mouse over, mouse move, and mouse out. So when we move the mouse over the chart, the first thing that we would like to do is obviously show that hidden text element. So you can see here we're getting a pointer Ellie to this element that has an ID of floating message, and we're setting its style to be null, which actually causes it to display. If we wanted to hide it, we would have set this to none over there, but setting it to a blank value causes it to display. And then the actual message that we'd like to put inside the pie is chart.value. So chart.value is one of the variables that's available to our event handler. So we're setting the message to be pie slice value is, and then there's the value of the pie, and then we're calling a helper function that we've written called position chart bubble help, and we're passing in the element, which is that the div, and then the event, which is another JavaScript variable that's always available in these event handlers. So this is a built-in JavaScript variable that has information about the event that just fired. So we'll go and take a look at this function next. But then for the static element, you can see this the code is just much simpler. We get a pointer to the static element object, we set the display to null, which causes it to become visible, and then we set the inner HTML of that message. So now let's go take a look at this position chart bubble help JavaScript function. So we go now to our JavaScript, and then here's the function. It takes element, which is the pointer to the actual piece of the message that we'd like to display, and then this event object. So let's discuss now how this event object gives the necessary information to the function, but we'll pause here and pick that up in the next video.